right, and I'm back. That was Dissolved by Three Teeth, and what you heard before that was Bad on Love by Every Mother's Nightmare. So it's 7:01. I'm waiting on Rick to call in, so if you're listening, give me a call. We're ready. But, yeah, so the Union Underground, as you know, that interview isn't happening. And there's been a bunch of, shows going around that the Union Underground have been playing. I watched a bunch of videos and it sounds great. I guess Ricky bought one of the CDs, and thanks for buying me a shirt from the show last night. But I guess they remastered it. I'm not really sure why they did it. I'm not sure if they were just unhappy with it or they had to for, contract reasons or something like that. But I guess the disc is blank after a couple of songs, so I don't know if everybody's experiencing that, but I'm sure they would know there's a problem. So he might have just got a bad one. Who knows? But that shit happens. It seems like all of that stuff is basically printed, on CDRs, even when like disc makers makes it or something, I guess that's the cheaper way of making it. I'm not sure. But it just seems like that's the route. I mean, you can get CDs made, $100 for like $199 now, and free artwork and all that shit. So it's definitely come down in price as vinyl's coming back and making things more expensive. So it's just one of those things. I mean, everything's going to come full circle. CDs will probably be back. So, I mean, there's a big market for those because what's printed is basically printed at this point, and very few bands are doing it. So you can only get what's already out there. So if you want metal music and stuff like that, a lot of these catalogs, unless it's like Master of Puppets or a Metallica catalog or something like that, they're not really reprinting those too much. So even though it's cheaper and they can, get $6 or $7 for it and still make the same amount of profit, it just doesn't, it's not selling right now. So it's more of a used market than anything like the LPs, but that's all, like I said, all coming back. A lot of bands are putting their stuff on cassette just to get people to buy it because it's more exclusive that way. But what are you going to do? It is what it is. I mean, I still buy CDs. I don't buy cassettes anymore. I mean, I still have them. But if one struck me that, made it nostalgic or something like that, I'd probably pick it up. But other than that, I have, no use. I have some dope demos and some old Marilyn Manson stuff like that. Stuff I probably wouldn't even play. I think I even have Union Underground cassettes from when I did promotion for like Concrete Corner or whatever the hell that was back in the day. They used to send me promo material, and the shows that I went to or I played, I would give out that stuff free, and I would make like, give free giveaways at my band shows to get people to come because they knew they were getting free shit for going to the show. So it was a way to draw them in at a certain point. But it is what it is. It's already 7:04. God, and I'm barely making it through the show here. But Prickly Rickly segment coming up. Plays a lot of great music. We're going to find out. We're going to get to the bottom of this stuff. So I'm going to play a track, and I'm going to see if I can get a hold of someone and see what's going on here. Here's Push Live by Every Mother's Nightmare. Jay Stone, ROCKmetalTALK.com.
This is how we do it, baby! Love your life.
All right, we're back, and I'm live on the phone with Rick from Every Mother's Nightmare. I'd like to welcome you to the show. Thanks for calling in, man.
Hey, bro, what's going on?
Not much. Just waiting. Just honored to have you on the show. I've been a fan, since back in the day. I was telling a story how I used to be in a band called Big Time from Long Island in New York, and we used to play in Queens a lot. And I was always compared to your vocal style from that CD, and I've been really listening ever since, pretty much then. So you guys been around about 30 years, correct? You formed in 1987?
89, 87. Long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time. So just one question I had was there any other projects in between, or have you always just been mainly focused on Every Mother's Nightmare?
Yeah, man, I've just, we've done as many records as we could do over the years and just tried to stay alive, playing, keep the band together the whole time. I did one little side project called RICK that it was kind of real heavy, kind of hillbilly music, and I sent it to some guys in Nashville, and they didn't know what to do with it. I did it in like 95, and now that's all they're doing there, so...
So, what ultimately happened, like with the original lineup from like the first CD? Did those guys lose interest in the band, and you just kept on getting through everything and keep rolling?
Well, when the scene changed a little bit, people when things are not good, people they like to jump off the ship when it starts sinking. So, so we just just had people wanted to do different things, and which was good for me because I got to experiment a little bit, and got to play with a bunch of different players. So it was a good thing, learning experience. Yeah,
because really after that, you kind of went more towards the bluesy rock and roll side.
Yeah, well, I moved down to Memphis.
Yeah, I hear you. So, right now, you guys are preparing to release Grind, the new CD, October 6th, correct?
Yes, sir.
So, do you guys have a label, or is this all done independently?
Oh, it's done through Bill Chavis and High Vol Music, which is it's a part of Sony Red.
Nice. So, the first couple of CDs you guys did, do you still find that selling? Is there still an interest in that? Because I do see people still are interested in the band. There is definitely a following.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. I've got more people that bring me albums, actual vinyl albums, and yeah, we got a crazy little cult following every time we play somewhere. We'll be out in the sticks somewhere, and it'll be jam packed, and we're the biggest band nobody ever heard of. Yeah,
and you guys. To me, if someone mentioned you guys, of course I know who you are. I grew up with it, so right. I'm not sure how I came across you guys, but that that sleaze type metal was always I was fond of back then. On the
rip it.
Yeah. As far as the new CD, you have Zach Myers from Shinedown playing on one of the tracks. Tell me how that happened.
Yes. Well, I think I was probably the first person. I had a studio down here in Memphis. I think I was the first person to record Zach. He used to have his little blues band he played, and he came down and recorded a couple tracks at my studio. Me and his dad were friends, and we just been friends all along. I was happy for him. He was doing Shinedown, and he was in town, and I said, "Man, I'm doing a record." I said, "Coming down and play a song on it," and he jumped on. He come on down.
Cool. So there's a history there. So that's basically how all that happened. So that's awesome. So that should draw attention to the new CD as well. Shinedown's a big name.
I had my buddy Wink Winnie. He played for Saliva. He came down and played on a track, and it's good. I had Jim Dandy come down and sing a song from Black Oak, Arkansas.
Nice. So it's I think that all of that'll contribute to a successful CD. So are you guys planning? I know you're doing some shows and you have some shows coming up, but is there going to be a full tour behind the CD?
Yeah, that's getting worked out right now. They're sending, trying to get all the dates worked out. But we're going. I think November 4th we're going up to Detroit. We're going to do some shows with Kicks.
Nice.
And then we're down here. We're doing a 40th anniversary radio station party down here with Brett Michaels, and just a lot of we've played with a lot of cool bands this year. It's the music scene's kind of opened up a lot more. It seems like these days.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I guess you got a name too, so it's easy to get on festivals. I think for that, Brett Michaels is definitely a good show to be on, that without a doubt.
You could definitely be in front of people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I mean, and the new record sounds great. I mean, I listened to it driving around 2 or 3 times, and it's definitely worth picking up. So.
Well, thank you, man. We tried to do the same kind of stuff that we always done, but we had Justin Reimer from